How did you find the healing process? Did you have to take any time out of your schedule while the treatment was healing?
No, absolutely no time out. That wasn't even an option for me. You go in, you do your treatment, you go home, and you go on with your life the next day, or even if you had the treatment done in the morning, I believe you can go and work the afternoon. Probably depending on the type of skin you have and the color skin you have, the skin may get a little bit red from being stressed or from applying the tattoo, but not in my case. I had no scabbing, no redness, a slight maybe itching, which you are warned about on the second, third day when the micro scab are actually healing on your scalp. I mean, it's a little bit like any type of scab. You then have to be careful not to scratch it. But definitely nobody could see I had done anything due to the redness or no.
Yeah, so you could return back to normal life quite
yeah.
immediately, could you? Yeah, excellent. I would just like to ask you, Mark, as well, with the SMP treatment. So once you've had it done, it's settled, it's healed. Is it difficult to maintain? So what is life like with SMP now that you've had it done?
It's the easiest possible way to maintain. I mean, you just go back on. Of course, there are like a few restrictions while you're being treated, but once the treatment is complete and the aftercare has been followed, uh, I believe I mentioned it before, but you really have to stay away from. I mean, in my case, I mean, I live in Thailand. The sun is very strong. So if I was to be on the beach or hiking in the mountain, I would definitely either wear a head protection, a cap or a hat, or maybe put sunscreen, like to not get the sun giving me probably the fading with repeatedly exposing yourself to the sun might be faster than what a normal treatment would be. I mean, when I did my research, overall the idea is that the treatment lasts for 5 to 7 years uh, minimum, and then depending upon your age, if you are in the graying stage of your natural hair color, it might even last longer, because the natural fading of the tattoo will match the natural graying of your hair. So you can maybe be set for life then. So some people I've heard have not get retouched ever.
Yeah, and I guess with yourself living in Thailand, you've got the sun exposure there every day, haven't you? So, and you're finding that even though you've got that sun exposure, that actually living with SMP is no problem whatsoever. Is that correct? Or
Yes, what you're saying is correct in my case. I have basically, once the treatment was done and after I followed the aftercare, I have not worried about my head or in any other way than I would do if I hadn't done the treatment. Meaning, if it's extremely hot outside and the sun is scorching between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., I would wear a cap, because I don't want to get sunburn on my head anyway, because it's not healthy.
yeah, of course, absolutely, yeah. And this is something that we say to people. I mean, of course, you don't want to prematurely sort of lighten your SMP treatment, and it's not going to happen just by catching some sun exposure just on one day. But it's the same with, like, even if you don't have the treatment, you still don't want to burn your scalp. So you're definitely right in what you're saying there. If you enjoyed this clip from the Scalp Culture podcast, be sure to check the links in the description box below to see the full video.